As I've got some things colonizing and growing right now, I figured a real good video to put together real quick is just the explanation between a liquid culture syringe and a spore syringe. As this channel grows, I get more and more comments on, well, which one is better? Do I need a liquid culture syringe or do I need a spore syringe? And it really comes down to just the type of mushroom that you want to grow. A mushroom's life cycle starts with spores. When the mushroom drops its spores, the spores germinate, and when a single spore germinates, that's what's called monokaryotic mycelium. That monokaryotic mycelium needs to find another compatible spore and then form dikaryotic mycelium. Those two spores basically mate and then continue growing together as dikaryotic mycelium as they colonize a substrate and then eventually fruit. Monokaryotic mycelium, which is just a single spore that germinated, cannot fruit on its own. It needs to mate with another compatible monokaryotic spore in order to form that dikaryotic mycelium and then continue its life cycle. So a mushroom's life cycle always starts with the spores. A spore syringe contains mushroom spores that liquid culture contains already viable and established live mycelium. As you can see, I used up a lot of this syringe. This is some black poplar, also known as Pio liquid culture, and you can see all of the mycelium floating around in there. What liquid culture is pretty much just a nutrient broth for the mycelium to be suspended in and feed off of in long-term storage. It's usually something like water and syrup or honey or another sugar source. If you leave a liquid culture syringe out in room temperature, the mycelium will definitely continue growing and feeding off of the nutrition inside of that liquid culture. So liquid culture speeds up your colonization times because you've already got established and viable mycelium. And on top of that, a liquid culture is usually made from the direct fruiting body of a mushroom. Usually that fruiting body is cloned directly to liquid culture, or usually it's cloned directly to agar, and then that clean agar is used to inoculate the liquid culture. Since those genetics are taken directly from a fruiting body, liquid culture pretty much speeds up the whole timeline from colonization all the way to fruiting because it contains all of the genetics and DNA needed for the mushroom's life cycle. A mushroom spore syringe like this contains brand new mushroom spores. That means that whatever spawns out of this spore syringe is going to be completely brand new and unpredictable genetics. So with spores, you're starting from the very beginning of the mushroom life cycle. And for some people, no matter the species or variety of mushroom, part of the fun of growing mushrooms is starting from spores just to see what you're going to get. Sometimes cloning can just get boring and you want to just see what's going to pop up that's brand new, maybe something you've never seen before, a weird mutation or something like that. A closer look at this spore syringe, you can see all of these mushroom spores inside of it. Now mushroom spores are actually microscopic. You cannot see them with the naked eye. So these are clumps and clumps of thousands and thousands and thousands of mushroom spores clumped up enough for you to see with the naked eye. So if you bought a spore syringe from a reputable vendor and it looks pretty clear inside, it doesn't mean that it's a bad syringe, it just means that it was properly homogenized. This syringe definitely was not homogenized and needs to be shaken up quite a lot to disperse all of these mushroom spores in there. Sometimes when mushroom spore syringes sit for too long, the spores actually start to germinate inside of the water. You can maybe see here on camera there's some wispy stuff moving around in this syringe, and that's definitely some of the spores that have germinated into mycelium. So now this has almost become a mixture of mushroom spores and mycelium water. It's almost similar to a liquid culture, but there's no nutrients inside of this syringe. It's just sterile water and spores. So the mycelium that's inside of this syringe is pretty much going to go dormant. It's not alive, but it's not dead because it has nothing to feed on, so it's just kind of sitting here inside of the sterile water, moving around with all these other spores. It's not a true liquid culture if your spores germinate in the water because there's nothing in here for the mycelium to actually feed on and continue growing inside of the syringe. So it would just sit like this until you're ready to inoculate with it. Now, as a disclaimer, this channel is all about gourmet liquid cultures and gourmet mushrooms and gourmet mushroom spores. If you live in a place where magic mushroom cultivation is still illegal, then you're most likely only going to find mushroom spores that are legal to purchase and own and sell as long as you're just kind of studying them for research under a microscope. Magic mushroom liquid culture that contains magic mushroom mycelium is still going to be illegal in those areas, and you're not going to find it unless you or a friend makes it yourself from some magic mushroom fruiting bodies. That is not what this channel is about, of course. We're all about gourmet mushrooms here. Apart from the recent 2020 election, you may be able to find some liquid culture now, depending on the mushroom that you want to grow, but we may still be far away from that, and you may only be left with mushroom spores. There are still a few places where even magic mushroom spores are still illegal. So it's up to you to research your own local laws on what you can actually purchase and cultivate for your own specific needs. Another question I always receive is, well, where can I find these syringes? How do I buy spores? How do I buy liquid culture? And the best answer I have for you is to just simply do your own research. Use a web search engine. Google. Remember that website Ask Jeeves? Ask Jeeves is still around. Yahoo. There are also a lot of mushroom shops on Etsy that sell all sorts of mushroom supplies, from liquid cultures to spores, pre-sterilized grains and substrates. There's also vendors on Reddit that sell mushroom supplies. So all you have to do is search around for the species of mushroom that you want to grow. Pink oyster mushrooms can always be found in a liquid culture, and they always look awesome, they taste awesome. Those are a great beginner mushroom because they fruit pretty easily. They just need a lot of fresh air in case you do end up growing some pink oysters. So hopefully this quick little video kind of sums up a lot of the questions that people have regarding these two things, mushroom spore syringes and mushroom liquid culture syringes. A mushroom spore syringe is made from a mushroom spore print, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's mushroom spores printed on something like tin foil or paper and then mixed with sterile water in a syringe to just make the inoculation easier and more streamlined. Just keep in mind that if you want to grow gourmet mushrooms and get right to the fruiting for your own benefit of, say, health and food and nutrition, then go with a liquid culture. Liquid culture is always going to be your best bet from a reputable mushroom vendor, and it's always going to give you the fastest colonization and fruiting times. If you're more interested in diving deeper into mycology and looking at microscopic bits of mycelium and spores, or you just want to start the process over from spores, there are a bunch of mushroom vendors that also sell gourmet spores just like this, so you can start your own venture, maybe start your own varieties of different species. Maybe you can cross some yellow and pink oyster spores one day and create some crazy looking oysters. And that's all part of the fun of mycology. You just do what works best for you, do what interests you the best, and you just have fun with it. That's all there is to it.